Blessings, everyone. Okay. What I want to do here is I'm just going to go real quick, hopefully really quick. I don't want to get into too much talking here. I just rather get to the point and then get out as soon as I can, because I think the less words, the better. So what I would like to do here is just show you something that's been going on here. And it's, again, the Holy Spirit moving. Now, I understand it's pretty quiet out there, and that's good. I think it's good anyway. Because there's not much more that we can do other than to do what I'm going to be doing here. Again, you know, Jonathan Kleck was put before me, and I don't think it's up to me to walk away until I feel that I'm to walk away, and that's not right now. So I'm going to continue to do this until otherwise. So just bear with me, okay, because it's getting darker, and this man says that he has the authority to speak on a few things that I would like to bring to his attention, that I don't believe that he does have the authority to speak. He says he's what? A bell ringer. Well, that's it. A prophet. He says he isn't, but he is. He doesn't know what he is. So I don't know. And I think you'll understand where I'm coming from and why I'm torn a little bit when I explain what this is all about. Because when I put this video up and I used it, I was horrified when I put it up. I wanted to bring it down right away, and I just didn't really understand until I went back and I looked at the other video. This one here. This one here was because of the opposite, and the mind, the MK Ultra, the trickery, okay? And this is what I saw here. So then obviously this is now what we are going to be, seeing here is MK Ultra. Now, there's a little something here. I just want to bring it forward a little bit just to say that it is noticed. It looks like a monkey of some sort here. I don't know. But it doesn't look like it belongs. It doesn't look, yeah, it's all blurred out. And I believe that's on purpose. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this first clip, the first half of this video is all about mocking, and it's not funny. It really isn't funny. I know of a professor of university who she's just locked herself in her house. She won't see her kids. They do groceries, and she waits 2 weeks before she even touches the food. It's just gotten that bad, and it's only to a certain people. And then you have the elders who are afraid. There was a woman who had a grease fire. She was in her 70s or late 60s, and she had a grease fire, and the smoke was in the apartment. Like you couldn't breathe, and she was so terrified she'd rather burn than to go out of the apartment. And this is very sad. These are people that live in fear, that are striked with fear. And this is what MK is all about. MK is all about your emotions. And this is how they keep you. They keep you imprisoned in your emotions. They don't want you to understand your emotions. Because once you understand what it is that triggers you and that makes you spin out of control for a week or go into depression, or, it just, it dissipates. It just falls away. So say you feared this one person, or you based all these decisions around this one person. Well, once you realize that it's that person, which is your spider, it is that person that brought on everything, and that person is nothing, then everything that you based your decisions on within that fear just falls away. This is called true liberation that he gives us. Your answer is that you are locked in and you're imprisoned within your emotion. Emotions, like I say, opens up your subconscious. It's a trigger that gives that power to the MK Ultra, the brainwashing, the entrapment of emotion. And then once, that emotion, what happens is, I believe, it triggers your subconscious, and then that's when everything starts to really spin and is really intense because it seems so pure in the emotion that when you're spinning, and you're getting flashbacks, and it's all truths that are coming at you. It's just bang, bang, bang. And so here is where we are out of control, and this is exactly what they want. And this is all happening under your own roof with nobody sitting beside you. If a trigger, a trigger is very serious. It's like say a child, and I apologize for the analogy here, but a child being raped at 5 months in diapers. That child grows up, they have a child, that he has a child or she has a child, and they're putting baby powder on the child. Then all of a sudden they start to spin out of control and want to flee. They get anxious. You feel the fear, the flight. You just want to run because the body held on to the trauma, and the memory is blocked. It's powerful to know this because even I remember when I was doing my investigation on the Operation Paperclip and what they would do. And they would take I remember, I think it was a police officer, a retired police officer, who would track down these pedophiles, and the inner depth of what they did and how sick they were was, they learned that if a child, while being raped, is given a sucker, the baby won't cry, stops crying immediately. So what's happening there? This is all within MK Ultra. So if you think you can escape from it, then you're mistaken. It's color coding, it's the tone, it's music, it's all around you, it's all about you. Now, I just want to read this. It's 1 Thessalonians 4:13. And here I've always said, from the very beginning, I've always said God will take care of his own. He will quicken you at the right time. And I believe this. So 1 Thessalonians 4:13. But I would not have you ignorant, brethren, concerning them that are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. Now there's something to hold on to, right? Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to stay with the MK Ultra here, because this has a lot to do with pedophilia and the rape of children and the innocence that's taken. See, because I didn't realize until my daughter was 7 years old what was taken from me. And that was the innocence. I didn't realize that until my daughter was 7, that my innocence was taken. So it's not always what you've gone through, because it's a lot to do with what was taken from you that you had no idea, that was given to you freely, was taken. So here they mock. Okay, telling you to take your favorite chair, to do this in your living room if you don't, you know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight in. Now, my question here is, okay, this person did this video and they dubbed it, they twisted it, they did something, they manipulated the video, the original video. But I'm questioning the actual video, the original video, because it seems like it's a video to help prevent this from happening, to warn parents and children of the dangers, right? But as you take a closer look into it, it doesn't seem like it's for against the pedophiles, but for the pedophile. Okay? So here, I don't know if the color coding was added after, on top of the original, or it's within the original. But I did catch some things here that were in the original video that tells me that it was for the pedophiles and not against, because of the way she holds her finger to her mouth. The image of that, okay, is in the original video, which would be symbolic for the pedophile, for him, not against him, right? So the question is, this red that we see, the red and the gold, and the number 999. Okay, so let's just show you a bit here. All the red, that's what I'm going to be pointing out right now. Now the little boy's got a book, actually. The detail they went, I can't get it, but the little boy's holding a book, and the detail of putting a red page in this book, I mean, the detail they put into this. See, it's like right here. This is the red right in here. It's crazy. The red hair. Red cap. He's got the red going too. Red in the school. So you see what I mean, right? I mean, is this in the original video or is this added? See, this is the enemy's devices. So they can play around with it. They could do many, many things that we wouldn't even think of or even comprehend. Now, this really ticked me off because, again, it's the park. And what common ground, you know, for a pedophile was the park, right? And this reminded me right away of, again, Jonathan Kleck. He puts out this video, which I won't put on my channel, and this video is called Hunted, what is it? Hunted for Dinner. And I'll leave it in the description box if you want to go look at it. But it's so disgusting because, you know, boy, they've really grown, haven't they? I mean, the pedophiles here that you see in the park, I remember the creepiness around that time. And to hear Jonathan Kleck and show these children coming out of body parts, out of penises and vaginas, and, you know, and sliding out of these things. And then he's you know, telling you, well, I didn't do the park, I didn't make it, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. And no, it's not that he didn't do it, but boy, is he ever bringing it forward. It's like he's taking whatever is from the pit, bringing it up and giving it and throwing it into the light, you know, like here, look at this, you know. And it's really an insult to the visual of what Jonathan Kleck did there, because I felt that there was like an attack. You know, here I'm driving home on a beautiful day, I'm listening to some tunes, and all of a sudden I just, boom, there's that visual of that park. And that visual comes straight from Jonathan Kleck. You know, that man had no care for anybody, really, that have been raped or growing up in this or running away from and getting away from, to have that thrown at you as a visual. That's a huge trigger. That really insulted me, I'll tell you. And I do have the authority to say these things concerning children and rape. I have the authority. And not only that, but what you're going to hear in this video is going to be very disturbing, because I'm bringing forward a young boy. And we're going to hear what he has to say about the pureness of evil. And he has authority to speak these things because he goes through it every single day. He has the authority to speak over this Jonathan Kleck, who says his evidence and throws pictures at you. That does not give you authority. Or doesn't give him authority. Okay, so let's get back. I'm sorry, that really upset me. Okay, so here we have the part, the pedophilia. Again, we've got red. Okay, so like I said, it's right through. Like this, I mean, I don't believe the guy added the red coat or the red plaid coat. This was in the original film. That's what I believe, what I'm looking at here. Okay. Again, we're going with the color codes. I just want to... This is so MK Ultra. There you go. Right? In the original. And then there's the mocking here. This is what I'm saying. So take a good look at it, because I'm just going to bypass it. You can freeze it on your own if you want to, But I'm very careful when it comes to the children here. So again, it's the gesture of the young girl with her finger. I believe this is in the original. Okay.
Young lady, this girl doesn't know it, but if she gets into the car, she'll become a carrier.
No, thank you.
Janet, would you like to know why you shouldn't have gotten into that car? It could have put you in great danger.
You mean sort of like when Johnny hits me and pulls me, my hair, when we have a row?
No, it could have given you a deadly virus.
You mean do something wrong to me?
No, not like that either, but you should go home now before you cause any more trouble. Shapes and sizes. So it's important when you're out and about to note down anyone you see coughing or wheezing.
Okay, so again, we're getting all red here. There's a little girl who's going to be red here in a coat. Red, okay. And then you can see the sun. So again, in the original film.
Or wheezing.
Hey, what are you doing? Taking that man's number. Could you think you had a threamy or something? Shut up, it might be serious.
When you return home.
Again, red. And then we have the number 999.
Immediately call the police and notify them of any person you've seen who you think is or might be a carrier.
And, had brown eyes.
Okay. So you can see here, it's the mocking, okay? Again, it's about the corona, covering up, like an umbrella, the pedophilia, right? Okay, so here, lifting the veil, I just want to say real quick, when I first started using the computer and I started YouTube, when all the information was coming in, we were all receiving real quick at that time. everywhere we went there was information about this, and this. It was just, you know what I'm talking about. Well, here I was led to the Hampstead children. If you haven't heard of the Hampstead children, they were the children that um, were born into what Jonathan Kleck would call the system, into the satanic occult. Their father, was the head of the cult that I believe, and the mother was not. She left the country for her life. The children were left with the Children's Aid when the mother fled from the country, calling for help on YouTube. She was, just calling out for help. And what happened is she brought her son to the hospital. They found scar tissues, I believe his rectum, and the scar tissues went back to the point where he was just in diapers. And so he was really messed up on the inside. So this led to the investigation, and this was all about the occult. But even Jonathan Kleck will say, well, it's the occult, the Satanists. But it doesn't, you know what? What he says to you and shows these pictures, he glorifies them. And he hides behind the truth, saying, I'm not the one that does this, but yet he's the one that brings it to you. He tells you about his glasses come out of the dark and into the light, but here it's come out of the light and into the dark with that man. So anyway, I don't have much time. I'm just going to play this out. I warn you, this is very sensitive. It could trigger. He's just a young boy, and this is a young boy that is speaking for many people, for many children out there his age. They're going through this every single day. A true witness of its true evil here coming out of a baby's mouth. This boy has more authority than Jonathan Kleck.
But we'd like you to tell us about the tattoos, please. You tell us in your own words, please.
All the 20 special children have the tattoos except from myself and my sister, because my mom isn't a member of the cult.
Okay. Anyone else have tattoos?
Yes, the 20 special children all have tattoos. And also all the teachers have tattoos. Mr. Vanoni has tattoos all on his arms, and Mr. Good also got tattoos on his arms, and also they have it on the pussies, the privates.
And
also all the teachers have it, but not all parents.
So all the teachers have tattoos
Yeah.
on their privates, you say?
Yeah.
And what type of tattoos do they have on their privates?
They have devil tattoos.
Pardon, what type of tattoos?
Devil and monster tattoos.
On their private?
Yes.
They all have them?
Yes.
All of the teachers in Christchurch Primary School have devil tattoos on their private part?
Yeah. No, also monster ones. Yeah, devil is in the middle, but there's monster ones, and also they have piercings.
Okay. Are these the tattoos that you've drawn pictures of? You've given us pictures of?
Yeah.
You've drawn some pictures of tattoos. Are these the tattoos you're talking about?
Yeah.
All there, yeah? And anything else? Anything else there? That she's got there? Anything else you can remember?
Yeah, you've got like a little dot here.
The dot, yeah. Where? Show me. She's got the dot.
Yeah.
Show us.
Yeah.
Like this, she's got a dot, yeah? Okay, lovely. Anything else you'd like to tell us about?
Listen, she's got piercings
Piercing.
all over her privates, and she also got piercings on her privates and her lips.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. And what abuse does she commit on you?
She sticks a willy on my bottom. She touches my private. She kicks my private. She rubs into her white things come out. She rubs it really nice. She flicks it really hard, and she also do that.
What she did?
And she pushes it.
Who does that? The headmistress?
Yes, but really, really hard.
And what willy does she stick in? The headmistress, she's a lady. She hasn't got a willy, has she?
Yes, she does. A plastic.
Oh, she has a plastic willy.
Yes.
And how does she attach it to herself?
With a band.
Okay.
Like a trousers.
Okay, so I'll leave this in the description box. And, yeah. And all of these people that he talked about and drew pictures, not one of them were investigated. Not one were to show any moles, any boils, any, any tattoos. Not one was investigated. And I really do believe the children were given back to the father. Okay.
Why does she have an upside down cross on her panties? Oh, did you know the Vatican is an upside down cross, and right at the tip of the cross is the mouth of the serpent, and the mouth of the serpent is a female vagina? It was already in this video. That's unusual. That's weird. I mean, it's a common denominator. Remember all the girls I've shown you with bug tattoos on their vaginas and all those crazy things? That's really weird, right?
Okay, I don't have much time. I'm just going to read this out and then part 3 will follow. Having eyes full of adultery and cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls, and a heart that they have exercised with covetousness, practices cursed children. For when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they allure through the lust of the flesh, through much wantonness. Those that were clean escaped from who lived in error. While they promise you liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption, for all of whom a man is overcome, of the same is brought to bondage. For if after they have escaped the pollution of the world through the knowledge of the Lord, the Savior, Jesus Christ, they are again entangled therein and overcome, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of the righteousness than, after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandments delivered unto them. Take my brethren the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Okay, I'm out of time, and part 3 will follow. No fear, be love, and give hope. Call on Jesus. Call on him when you're going through the fire. I did.